Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Jasmine the Buffet Witch, but you already knew that. Welcome to a full face tutorial. Let's jump right on in. Today's foundation is going to be Juvia's Place Velvety Matte Foundation. I use the shade Gabon. I like this for face play because it's going to apply very quickly, full coverage, beautiful finish, just a good thing to sit and play with. And I like it for that purpose primarily. I have not worn this out. It does not feel like a foundation that I would comfortably wear out of the house. Not because it's not a good foundation, but because my skin type and the fact that I'm always touching my face, like it would be everywhere, okay? But I'm gonna use that much, and that's actually way too much. But anyways, we're just gonna put this on, and I'm going to have my face blended out in no time. So, how are you guys doing? I'm doing okay, except for the fact that my skin is really going through it right now. I got bit by a mosquito. That thing was humongous yesterday. It looked like I had a huge baseball under my face. I had to pluck a plethora of chin hairs before I pressed record, okay? And I just really need some TLC. So I'm debating on, after all the face play, if I might do a spa day routine for you guys. But yeah, I just got like those little like bumps you get when your skin is just a little irritated. They're not like pimples. And I got bit over here too. Them mosquitoes was having a whole buffet on my face, okay? But we like to blemish those blemishes because we are flawsome and we're just gonna keep on moving. So, but look at that foundation. That took no time at all. This is definitely my favorite foundation for face play when I need it to be nice and quick. I just need to get it on so I can do other things. I get full coverage out of this thing. No need to color correct. It's a great foundation, and it applies best with like a flat top brush. I also don't have my closure glued down because I don't like to do that. So she's gonna be popping up and all that. You just ignore her. I know I am. But anyways, that is the foundation, and I really, really like it. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pop on our concealer, Juvia's Place as well. I Am Magic Concealer, shade 9, right? Yes, shade 9. We're going to put that on and let that dry because she can be quite emollient as well. And it always looks better with a little bit of a dry down. And there's a hair on my chin because, of course. I think I'm gonna have to start storing my brushes either in my drawer, in one of the acrylic drawers, or I'm thinking about getting pencil cases actually, because I feel like with the fan, I feel like dust and hair particles just end up on my brushes, and then I start using them and then I get hairs all over my face, which is really annoying and really itchy. So we might have to do that. But anyways, let's move on. Whilst that's a cooking, we're gonna go ahead and do our brows. I'm gonna be using my color case in the Essentials, and I'm gonna really take my time. I am trying so hard to get my brows even, and I finally figured it out. My left brow, I tend to angle it up too far, and the right brow, so the left brow goes up and the right brow goes out. That's the way they naturally grow. So I shaved my brows off about 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and the hair is growing back. Now we just need the thickness to come back. I ain't really pressed about it. But it's so hard for me to see when I'm recording. And when I'm just looking forward, I can't actually see that this is a lot higher than this one. So I'm gonna really try to get them even. So we're gonna start with our left brow, and we're gonna try to mimic her on the right side. So gonna take the spatula, and let's just go with black brows today. Yeah, I'm gonna actually do black brows. So using the black shade and a disposable spoolie. These come in handy for a lot of things. Cleaning. I like to use them to clean my son's sippy cups, and sometimes I use them to clean the little crevices in or for the washer and dryer. I of course throw them away. That's why I have so many of the disposables. They just really come in handy. All right, it's a bit trickier now that I have less hair. So now I'm going to just do this. So I'll speed this up and then I'll come back to you when I have the other brow done. Okay, we're back, and I don't know, but they look quite even and symmetrical and about the same size. So, I don't know, like sometimes I do it and I cannot get them right, and other times I just whack them on. So we're gonna leave them alone. Don't touch them, don't look at them too long. You might scare them into cockeyeville. Okay, so just leave them alone. All right, let's go ahead and blend out the concealer. I'm gonna use my Paw Paw sponges. I'm getting back into these. I don't love using sponges anymore. I really prefer the triangle sponges, you know, the little poofs, and those are made for like powder, but they just work really well putting down concealer. And this sponge does as well. I just don't, I kind of forgot how to work with this shape and this texture. Like, it's so squishy. The Paw Paw sponges are so soft. I kind of feel like the one I really like the dark pink sponge from e.l.f. That's a really nice one. It's like $6. And I also like their like cream colored camel concealer sponge, which is also $6. And it's like, yeah, cream colored and kind of like long. But either way, we've got this on. All right. And the concealer looks, it's not super brightening, but we're just gonna leave it just like that. We're not gonna do too much, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and set that. We are still using the Fenty powder. I'm literally, like, it is just about done. Like, I have to work to get it to come out and play, yay. Yeah, we can totally be done. Definitely by the middle of this month, this is going to be empty. I've been loving it. Loving it. Okay. Oof, jeez. Getting a little messy. See? When I use my triangle sponge, I don't get all this mess everywhere, but with this here Paw Paw sponge, good Lord, she's everywhere. So this foundation is quite thick, and I feel like because of that, I really have to set everything. So I could almost use all of the Juvia's Place, or all of this Fenty powder right now, because I do like to set around my mouth with this, and this is all before I use any of my L'Oreal, which is a little bit deeper than this powder. So I like to use this for the center of my face, and the warmer golden tone powders that I own for the perimeter. So y'all, this is empty. There's just this little part, and it like won't come out. But with this foundation, especially now we're gonna do some lip content, I really like to set around my mouth and very carefully I'm gonna set between my brows, because that area always gets like, not only does it get gooey, but when I set it, then it also looks really gray. It's very odd. I don't know what it is. So anyways, yeah, I just have to set this foundation really well, which is also another reason why it's just a foundation that I prefer to play with. I don't think I could see myself wearing this out. I would just have, there'd be a lot of maintenance, basically. Okay. There we go. So now we look nice and powdered and crazy. Perfect. Yeah, there's probably enough for one more face play, one more concealer application in that, and then she is ready to go. We gotta wash makeup brushes tonight. Oh God, I hate it. Anyways, we're gonna go in with the Infallible 24-hour Fresh Wear Powder from L'Oreal. I use the shade 355 Sienna. Before I do that, I'm just gonna dust away any excess Fenty powder. Okay. All right, and now I'm gonna go into this. And before we do any manipulation, any like swirling, I'm just going to press this into the skin to make sure that the Juvia's Place foundation is completely set, that we don't have any moist foundation anywhere for the brush to get stuck in. Ooh, this brush is making that mosquito bite itch. Ooh, tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it. Hate mosquitoes. Okay. Now we can do some light buffing just to make sure everything is nice and set. Our textures are looking nice. The Fenty powder is blending in with the L'Oreal. All right. Okay, let's move right along. I've been using the same combos of blush, contour, and highlighter for the last week and a half. I've really been enjoying it. So our bronzer, you already know, is the Minted Yacht Life. I don't think I put this in my project pan, but it might as well be in it because I just love this bronzer so much. It's so perfect. It's just gentle enough to do what I need it to do without ever feeling like I can go overboard with it. And it just gives me just a little bit of sculpt because, again, I have a very slim face. I don't need a lot of sculpt. Okay. There we go. All right. I've been using my Depotted Juvia's Place blushes from the Saharan palette. And we're going to go with this one here. On the outside of the cheekbone. And then a little bit closer to this area, we're going to go in with the orange. Just for a tiny bit of gradient. There we go. And don't worry, I know you're looking dusty. It's okay, it's perfectly fine. We are going to fix all that later. Let me just get this. All right, for our highlighter, I've been loving this W7 Bronzed Brilliance Bronze and Glow palette. Of course, I'm not using this bronzer because that's not going to bronze me at all. So I'll just use the same brush. I think today I actually want to use this one, the lighter one. And this can be very subtle or it can be very boom pow. So we're gonna go to the middle of whatever the center of subtle and boom pow would be. I want highlighter on, but I don't want a ton. Just very soft, very soft. And see, even with the blemishes, like, you still gotta play. Don't let a few little bumps and whatnot ruin the face play. Just, it's my skin. What can I say? I'm a human being. Tea time. Okay, so we're bronzed, we're highlighted, we're blushed, we're good to go. We got brows on, and I like them. So I can't decide if I actually want to do an entire eye look or if I want to do another graphic line or good Lord, words. Okay, so I can't decide if I want to do an eye look now or if I want to do another cake liner thing. Let's do the cake liner. That was easy. Okay. So I want to do a slightly different wing than the ones I have tried. I've done just basic wing because that's what I was going for. Then we did that crazy wing with the purple, which was not what we were going for. What I want to do now is, like, let's see if I can find a picture of it on Pinterest. Kind of like this. Can we do it? Let's try it, okay? So I busted out one of my favorite makeup tools, which I haven't used in really long, eyeshadow tape. So much fun if you want really sharp edges, a really sharp edge to display some gradients, real fun. But I think this will just help me get a little symmetry, because symmetry is difficult for me, okay? But it can be so satisfying. I think we all know that. So I picked these up last year sometime when I made a Shop Miss A purchase. So these are the AOA Studio ones. The only thing I dislike is that sometimes I feel like it messes up your powder over here. So what I'm gonna do really quick is take a little bit more of my Fenty powder and just put that here, because I don't want it to like take off all of my foundation. Okay, so now since the brows look quite even, I think we're gonna go, let's go out with the, should we go up? Let's go up with the liner. So I'm just gonna take it under the lash line and up. I'm not reaching for the brow, I just wanna follow my lower lash line. And again, I do not have a symmetrical face. My eyes are not symmetrical, so this may not be 100% symmetrical at all. Okay, perfect. So now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna start with powder. I'm gonna start with just doing a brown, and I don't know that I'm gonna do the inside thing. So let's just assume I'm going to. I think the best thing to do would be to use the Juvia's Place Prep to prime our eyes. So I'm just gonna use a very small amount though. So a little bit there, a little bit there, okay? Before that dries. Because sometimes I think my issue is if I don't put anything here, my eyelid looks shiny. You can see the veins and like the different undertones in my skin that are not uniform because there's no foundation or powder on them. And it can just make the eye look like it's not finished. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this one is more out and this one's more up. So real quick, I'm just gonna take Does that look better? Y'all, look, I don't know. Okay, anyways, that's as good as we was about to get it, and I've taken this one off so much that it's not sticking. So let's just pop a new one on. Y'all, look. Anyways, okay, so we've got a little bit of that primer on. Just a squinch. I don't need a ton. And I'm not trying to mimic this eye look like the eyeshadow. I just want the liner. So for the eye, I say, you know what? Let's multitask this hoe, okay? I'm gonna take my highlighting contour, or my highlighting palette, and I'm gonna play with this bronzer. I'm gonna pop this on the lid, because it's got a little bit of warmth in it. Yeah, that's what I want. Good, just a little bit of warmth, but it's also a little bit neutral, because it's got a little, it's looking a little gray. Like I would never use this as a bronzer because it's very gray for my skin tone, but it will work for an eyeshadow. And now we're using it because I have not used this shade. Okay, I like that. Because now if I did want to put a little bit of black right there to do that little inner cut crease thing, we definitely could. And then we will worry about shimmer later. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this cake liner because it's kind of like an eyeshadow as well. And we're going to swirl this into it, and we're just going to start some darkness. Why is my husband coughing like that? And because of the tape, you do not have to be precise. Now I need to go up quite far because I want it to actually look like a good smoky liner, but I have larger eyes. We've got a little bit more real estate. So there we go. I just want them to both be out if they're going to be out, but I want one going up. There we go. Okay, let's see, let me just, real quick, this is how I've learned that things need work. By taking a photo. Not bad, just a little bit up here. Okay. All right, now we're going to go ahead and get some water so we can turn this into liner. Spritz. Okay, another angled liner, MSQ brushes. Okay, mirror. And I'm literally just going to follow just about here. Moment of truth. It's not bad. Okay, so now comes the part where we just kind of fiddle with it until it looks right? Doesn't look terrible. The only thing that needs to be done is blending those lines together. So I mean, if this was like a graphic liner, that'd kind of be cute, but it's a little bit too separated. So I'm gonna take a little black shadow. And just blend those two together. There we go. we go. I like it, and I actually kind of want to keep the lower lash line clean. So let's go ahead and put on, should we do shimmer? Should we keep it matte? You know I want to do shimmer. Been thinking about using my Made by Mario's. No, these don't feel right. I think we're gonna keep it matte. So I'm just gonna pop like a cream shade. Yeah, I'm gonna pop this shade on. It's just a little bit brighter, a little bit more butterscotchy, a little closer to my skin tone. Alright, I like it. Mascara, I've been using this Falsies from Maybelline. Maybelline and L'Oreal are not brands I check for like foundations, concealers, powders, things like that, blushes, any of the fun stuff, but I do love their mascaras. There's only been a handful of mascaras from both of them that I haven't liked. I typically like any mascara from them. Revlon used to have good mascaras too. And I just got a bunch in my eye. All right, and we are going to keep the lower lash line completely clean. So I'm gonna go ahead and spritz my face down with a little bit of this e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. I've been using this, it's nice. It's a very fine mist, so I don't feel like I'm getting myself, but my husband's just out there making dad noises. You hear him? Just dad noises. I don't think I needed that much, but I can't feel if I'm getting my face, so I'm just like, just spritz half the bottle and you'll know. It's a really fine mist, but sometimes it gives you these splurts. It'll splurt you with these bigger drops, but I've been using it. I don't know that I like it better than, say, my e.l.f. Coconut Mist, but she works. She works. So, I like it. I like it. I think we did it. It's not 100% symmetrical, but then again, when is my makeup ever, right? But it looks good. I like it. And I didn't use a shimmer. I didn't use 18,000 shades in one. We didn't use green or blue. We didn't use Juvia's Place. Look at us. Diversifying our collection. It's gorgeous. Wonderful. Okay, something in my eye. All right, so last thing to do is a lip. And I mean, we're already on a roll of not doing what we always do, so we can't use Sheba. We just can't. I want to. But we're on a roll. So for our lip, why don't we use, I just have a lot of Juvia's Place out though. Oh, you know what? Oh, you know what? we're gonna use this. This is the Sephora Lip Stain shade 94. Yep. All right, we did it. Okay, we are done. Motorcycles, we're done. We did it. This is gorgeous. I like it. Every once in a while, I really just want slightly, I mean, this is still bold makeup, but I want a little less of the hubaloo, you know, that I'm always doing. The multi-chromes and the shims and the cut creases and all this stuff. Sometimes I just want to do something basic, very easy. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you, Dominic. I enjoyed this. This is very much in the vein of what I wanted. I'm very happy. Yeah. So thank you so much for tuning into my channel. It's been me, Jasmine, the Buffet Witch. You may have been a little bit confused on that because we didn't use Sheba today. I know, but it's okay. She'll be back. I will see you in the next video, which will be very soon. But until then, take good care of yourself, and we'll talk later. Bye.